Okay, the last part is use of AI. If use of AI is ethical, so let's talk about it. First of all, AI is an evolving area. On daily basis, new tools are coming up, and strange kind of tools are coming up. So personally, I will sharing my personal experience. If I tell about the policies, at the moment, HEC has no policy on AI tool, right? So the organization responsible for guiding us on these things has no policy because they are still not clear what to do with it. So universities are unclear about it. If you look around from abroad, different universities has mixed response to it. There are some universities who completely said no use of it. And then there are some universities who say you can use it up to a certain extent, right? So it's a mixed feeling. Should we use it? Should we don't use it, right? When you look into the research journals nowadays, in past, they used to have, when you are submitting a research paper, they would ask you about different things. So now they have one more thing to ask, and that is, have you used any AI tool in your manuscript? And you have to tell about it. It's more like certify that I haven't used, or I haven't used this tool. You have to indicate that. And having all that, one more thing, in past, people used to use ChatGPT as a co-author in their research paper. There are research paper published citing or having ChatGPT as a co-author, but now journal has banned that, stopped that to use ChatGPT as a co-author. So my proposition, my submission is as at this stage, it's an evolving field. We must learn it. If we don't, we will be centuries behind from the generation who is following us, and it's helping us. It's a very helpful tool if you use it cleverly, if you use it ethically. So I use the word ethical use of AI, and I try to link it with few more things. Let me add you with example. Perhaps I'm older than most of you. Back in 80s, or I would say 90s, when the first time telephone was introduced, line phone was introduced, people used to memorize the numbers of everyone. Like I remember it, I knew every phone number of my family and relatives by heart. But then comes cell phone. What happened? I know my number and my wife's number, no other number. My brother number because just one digit difference, but it's in exceptional cases. You will hardly know 2 or 3 mobile numbers. Why? Because we outsource our memorization to cell phone. If we go slightly backward, ask those who did their engineering or mathematics in 70s and 60s, they will tell you there was no calculator and they used to use some tables. But if you see their memory, they would able to do calculation in their minds with certain multiplication, summation in their mind. They were so sharp. Here come our generation, we got calculator in school. And now if we have to do 2 plus 2, we have to make sure through calculator that it's 4. Right? We outsource our calculation power to the calculators. Now, ChatGPT and AI. What we are doing, we are outsourcing our thinking to this tool. I'm emphasizing outsourcing our thinking, because when you ask, give me this, you stop thinking at that moment and you ask this tool to tell you what it is, and whatever response it gives you, you start working on that line. So actually you are going to outsource your thinking, and that lead me to a hypothesis that in future we would have thinking, originality, creativity, a very, very rare thing. Generation Z, which is the generation 2013 onward, would be struggling with creativity. I wish I be wrong on this hypothesis, but that's my hypothesis. Given my experience, it tells me that there are some evidence that I should believe on that. But now comes what you should do. I would say use it, but use it ethically. Don't make it your master. Use it as your intelligent assistant who can help you, who can somehow aid to your work, but don't use it as a guide who is guiding you for everything and you leave everything on this. So that's my suggestion on it, just for sake of few glimpses of recent AI use, just to give you what it could not. Is this statement true? No. I gave some assignment to my students some time ago, and 3 of the students in their report come up with this sentence. And it clearly tells it's created by one master, the ChatGPT, right? Pakistan is a landlocked country, so it's like it doesn't know. Yes, it learns, it's evolving. It's like a big giant eating every kind of information, and then, when you ask something, even if you tell, just try, do some experiments. Ask ChatGPT to do this thing for you and tell, don't put your input in it. It will still, I used to call it, contaminate your product. Even if you ask not to, it will. So what it means, no matter what you do, it's going to put its insight into it. So that's, I don't know, but it's very challenging. I'm not against use of these modern tools, but have to be very, very careful. Otherwise, you may come up with such kind of statement in your policy paper. Imagine putting that in your front of your boss. What will you get? This is an article published with ChatGPT as a co-author. And now this is a very interesting one. Read this sentence. This is a research paper. Everyone is familiar with how a research paper look like. So this is an introduction statement, and the writer forget to delete the ChatGPT, the prompt or the response of the prompt. Certainly here is a possible introduction for your topic, and all word is the introduction. So the author failed to saw that, the editor failed to saw that, the reviewer or the proofreader, everyone, and it comes up and now it's there on the wall of shame for everyone. So you see that. So if you don't use it properly, you make it your master, this thing may come up. So be careful with that, right? So with that, I covered, I believe, a good portion of ethical concern, plagiarism and all that.